welcome back to another analysis and discussion with me, Brad M73. Today, as you just saw, we are going to be discussing the fifth gameplay trailer for Farming Simulator 15. This one was called The Garage, or actually just Garage, and it's kind of just an overview of different vehicles, different pieces of equipment, and just kind of like an overview of how things in the game work, how things look, and so on. It's not really anything specific. It's not farming. It's not logging. It's a little bit of everything. So this is the trailer we're going to be watching. It's about a little over 3 minutes long, I believe. And we get to see, like I said, we get to see a little bit of everything. We get to see some crop growth. We get to see harvesting. We get to see wood cutting, and some other cool things that I hadn't noticed in any other previous gameplay trailers. So yeah, we're going to check that out in just a moment. First, I'd also like to mention, for those of you who are interested, do not forget that it is still not too late to sign up to win a free copy of Euro Truck Simulator 2 Gold Edition. To do that, you can click on my main channel. There's a video right there at the top regarding the contest there. And just watch the video and you'll learn everything you need to know to win. So please go ahead and do that right now. And let's dig into this latest gameplay trailer and see what we find. So I'm going to take control of my computer and we are going to go back to the beginning. So there we see Giant Software, Farming Simulator gameplay number 5, Garage. Okay, we start off, we see the Kuhn, what is this thing called? It is not a cultivator, it's a plow. How the heck did I forget that? And it looks like we are on some type of a green tractor. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's probably an older Dutzfar. There we see the Dutz in the background. Yeah, it looks like an old Dutzfar. There we see a bigger plow in the front, along with a Case Quadtrac 620. Pause that right on the dime, and we can see the full quad track and the detail. We can see some of the lighting effects there, like on the ladders, on the edges. Really like that. I think that's pretty cool. So it looks like we're going to be getting some more reflections and things like that. Here, yes, we can see the older, I don't know, this might be a new one. To me, it looks like an older Dutzfar. I don't really know too much about Dutzfars. We don't really see them too much in the United States. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen one here. And we see our Case Quadtrac in the background. And it looks like they are plowing the fields. Now, if we stop, there might, well, first of all, one of the first things I notice is we can see how the equipment is starting to get muddy or dirty. And that's going to be a big part of the game. We'll see that kind of at the end of the trailer. If we look at the field textures look about the same as do the crop textures. It doesn't appear to me that a whole lot has changed as far as that goes. We may be seeing a little bit more we might be seeing some more particle effects here in the background, as well as kind of the dust that kicks off. Don't really know exactly how that's going to work. Here it looks like we see another one of the horse seeders. This actually looks like a drill seeder. Let's move along. We see the Vaderstadt, which was part of the DLC pack for Farming Simulator 2013. Very good seeders, by the way, if you guys did not pick those up. Let's see here. I think this is the Lamborghini tractor, this white one. Yeah, it looks like it says Lamborghini right over there. Moving along. Lamborghini is getting ready to seed the field here, which has been freshly plowed, and you can see, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they're probably planting sugar beets. I guess it could be corn. I think you could plant corn with these as well, but usually these were like corn or sugar beets. And I'm going to guess corn actually because Well, you'll see here in just a second. And actually up at the top here, it looks like we have tons of money. If we look at the interface, we can see the money, the time of day, the weather. Down here at the bottom, we've got the speed, the gas, the fuel, how much seed we have. Actually, right here, there we are planting corn. So there's our little corn icon. We down here we've got the tractor and the equipment icons here, showing that we are looking at whatever piece of equipment we're attached to, since it's green. And then over here 20, I think in the one of the last analysis videos, I couldn't remember exactly what that is, and I believe that's like the percent of speed indicator. You know how, for those of you who've played Farming Simulator 2013, you could hit 1, 2, 3, or 4 to set specific percentages of speed. And I believe that's what that is. It's kind of like your tachometer. Here again, we see the field maps, and up here we have just the dismiss worker and the toggle map view. I'm going to assume, just by looking at this, that the hired workers are pretty much going to work the same as they have in previous versions of Farming Sim. Again, we've got the Case Magnum 380 CVT. I think that was the same one that came with the Titanium Edition. It looks like it's definitely been updated. Or it might be a different version. I'd have to go back and look. We might have gotten like a 340 or something. I just don't remember off the top of my head. And we've got the Lamborghini in the back. Looks like we have, I can't really tell what type of tractor that is, but we've got a little wagon there, and it looks like a farm of some sort. We've got some silos there of some sort. Don't really know too much yet. And again, we're going to pan around the field. Suddenly we are plowing again, and we're going to look back. Oh, he's plowing, and then we're planting right there. All right. It looks like there's some other tractors lined up to also do some work. So the New Holland is coming off the field. Again, if we look at the field textures, it looks exactly the same to me as Farming Simulator 2013. The grain here, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's either wheat or barley. It looks pretty much the same as I remember seeing. So that does not appear to have changed. Now here we see the Amazon 1801. I think it's like I can't remember the numbers, but it's the fertilizer sprayer. And we have the Steyr tractor over there. Get a top-down view of that, a front view, yeah, the Steyr 4115 multi with a front weight on it. Hopefully front weights will be a bit more important in this version. And as we see, let's see if we see anything. Change tool selection, that's G, that would change. Now down here at the bottom right, you can see there are two pieces of equipment. We've got most likely the front weight on the front, which we would be able to raise and lower, and then we have the sprayer on the back there. Yeah, as I was saying, hopefully front weights play more of an important role in the new versions. You can also kind of see the tracks. Oh, here we've got the spray coming out. That looks a little bit different, and we see some accelerated crop growth there. Now we're moving on to some combines. We've got our New Holland CR1090. We also have our case. I think it's the 9230, it looks like. And one of the cool things is, you're going to see here in just a moment, yep, here we're harvesting some wheats, panning around, looking pretty good. Got the quad track going on, or I don't know, it's the tracked version. We've got the Capello, or is it Capella? I think it's Capello corn head for the case. So I'm assuming that we might not have a corn head for the case like we did in Titanium Edition. Like a case brand corn head. I don't really know. We'll find out when we get the game next week. And right now, we are a week away. We're actually going to be less than a week away by the time you guys watch this. Okay, but I'm getting it behind myself here. But yeah, we're about a week away. So here we see the corn is falling down. Looks a little bit different. I mean, it looks fine, I guess. We are getting into all of the forestry equipment now. Let me back up again. Okay, so we've got the Ponzi Scorpion. We've got an overhead of the Ponzi Scorpion. We've got the Liebherr 538, which is pretty cool. Another view of the Liebherr 538 Ponzi Scorpions and the New Holland front loaders. So here we see the Ponzi Scorpion in action, sawing down a tree. This is kind of the first time we get an in-game look at how that's going to work. It actually looks pretty good. Here it looks like you're going to get a driver's side view of that. If I can get that time just right, we'll kind of loop through this a little bit as we can. Looks pretty good. I'm actually pretty impressed. That'll be pretty cool. Now we're in the Liebherr front loader, so we're picking up some logs. You can kind of see how the physics engine works. Looks like it's pretty good. Looks like it might be a lot better. You can still see the log floating around in there just a little bit. If you look right there, bloop, just floating around a little bit, but it looks pretty secure, so that's good. Here we have the tree planter. I'm like dyslexic today. This is the Damcon tree planter. We actually get to see how this plants the trees. Usually you would actually have workers here on the side of the planter. It's not actually as automated as it looks. You'd actually have people standing up here, or possibly even sitting here. They would be taking the tree. You'd probably have like maybe one or two people, or I don't know, maybe one guy could do this, but he would actually, manually take the tree out of the pallet up here and place it down in between the trough. And then you've got, actually, if I can back up a little bit more. Yeah, he would take, that's kind of blurry. He would take the tree out of the pallet, place it down here, and then kind of hold on to the tree and most likely walk backwards as the soil, because basically how these work, in the front of this machine, the soil is parted. It looks like this one might have uh, like a tiller or something or chopper to kind of separate the soil. But sometimes you just have a blade on the front. It kind of pulls open the soil, creates a gap that you put the tree sapling down into, and then back here at the back, you would actually, yeah, there looks like there's some tiller blades that were on there I just saw. And then at the back, you would have these two wheels. Now, the wheels are usually positioned at an angle, and I'm assuming that's why there are these pistons here. So maybe the piston can push out, which would cause the wheel to angle in. And the wheels actually push the soil back together. Usually you don't go this fast either when planting trees. You go really slow as to do as little damage to the soil as possible. And there we kind of see, just a quick time lapse. Let's go back a little further. We'll see a really quick time lapse there of the trees growing. Bam, there they're growing back. And we get to see some more equipment as well as this new trailer, the man truck really quick. And we get to see the New Holland load up on the trailer. Now, this is pretty cool. I wasn't actually expecting this. And this actually would make sense. So instead of spending tons of time driving, all of your equipment to the fields, you could just do it with the semi-truck. If you've got two tractors or, tractor and something else like a seeder, you can just put it up there and go. So that's kind of cool. Oh, and then finally we get to see more of the equipment that's on the field. We get the Lamborghini, the Dutzfar, wait, what? Why is that Dutzfar all dirty? We're gonna have to clean that off. So we go over and here we see the sprayer in action. I'm assuming it's gonna work in the similar way as previous sprayer mods where the dirt just kind of slowly fades away and voila, it's clean. It's not like you go up and you spray a wheel and the wheel is clean, but everything else is dirty. So that's pretty much it. I'm just going to kind of, you know, let you guys watch the trailer again. I'm not going to be pausing it unless really something pops out at me. But, overall, I'm really, really anxious. Looking forward to this game. Again, it comes out in just over a week. Today is, what is today? The 24th of October, Friday. So, yeah, we've got 1 week to go. Actually, you know, 6 days to go until Farming Sim is out. So I think it's out next Thursday. I'm going to be up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, or midnight, or whenever I can, to try to download this game as soon as possible. Everybody's really excited. Oh! I did see something that popped out at me. I think I might have mentioned this before, but you can actually see your vehicles are actually going to leave tracks in the dirt. You can actually see the different tracks there in the background. So pretty cool. So yeah, a week away. I don't really know exactly what I'm going to do first. I really don't know what to expect as far as like, the starting game. I'm assuming that we're going to start out with our old Buer tractors. I don't know what the starting combine is going to be. If it's going to be like a piece of junk. If we won't even have a combine, maybe we have to take out a loan and buy one. I do not know. And that's actually kind of one of the cool things about waiting for these types of games is you just don't know. It's fun to talk to your friends about, what your expectations are versus what their expectations are, or what we're all afraid of. Like, oh God, I hope this doesn't happen, or I hope they don't do that, or I wish they would do this. Um, so those are all the fun things about these trailers is, we get to take a look at them. I get to, go over them bit by bit with a fine tooth comb and discuss it with you guys. And you guys get to post in the comments on what your ideas or, what you think the game is going to be like. And I'm getting a lot of feedback from you guys. A lot of you guys are posting comments like, I can't wait, when is next week coming? And I agree with you 100%. Next week cannot come soon enough. We're going to all be having tons of fun with Farming Sim 15. Again, just by the look of some of the graphics, like the field graphics, I think that update is going to be, again, kind of incremental. As we saw with, 2011 compared to 2009, 2013 is compared to 2011. Things got better, but there were still some elements of the older versions that kind of carried over into the new version. So, again, Giants has really gone out of the way to say, hey, we're on this new graphics engine, we have a brand new physics engine, but at the same time, we're still using, some of the assets of the previous games. Even things like road textures look the same. And I can't say that, I'm really upset about that. I was hoping to see a lot more detail in the fields. I would love to see something like spin tires dirt in Farming Sim. I'm sure that's still, probably a few years off, because, really the technology, the computer technology, the processing technology isn't really there yet. And I know a lot of you guys out there that run on, the Intel i3s, which is more of a budget processor, and even some of the older Intel i5s, especially if you don't have a good graphics card, you just wouldn't be able to get those types of graphics in a game like this. And for the customer, for the consumer, that would destroy the experience. I know a lot of you guys are younger guys, teenage kids. I know there's a lot of kids that play it, ages 10 and up, probably younger, and a lot of people older who enjoy farming, really love farming, people of all ages. But if you're a younger guy, you don't have a job, you might not have a good allowance, you're probably not going to be able to dish out $1,000, $1,500 to get a good starting gaming rig. You might be relegated to that, budget Intel i3 or AMD processor with integrated graphics. I don't know yet how this game is going to perform with these older legacy graphics cards, especially integrated graphics. And I know integrated graphics, especially that Intel HD graphics card that a lot of those budget computers have, just can't keep up with the high resolution textures. When the game comes out, I'm definitely going to be hunting around for some people that have those type of computers that can kind of share their experiences with me and let me know Is the game playable? Can I turn my textures down and still, have a fun gaming experience? That's really what I'm looking for. And if this engine is indeed scalable, that's going to be huge. That's going to be, that's more money in the bank for them because they're going to be able to reach an even wider audience. But, all of our, the hardcore gamers out there that have good gaming PCs or extreme gaming PCs, we obviously want the best graphics that we can possibly get at the highest frame rates that we possibly get because we want that immersion. We want to feel like we are there, smelling the dirt and the manure and all of that stuff. That's just what we want to experience. That's what we want from our games. We, how sad is that? We want it to replicate real life, but no, I mean that is uh, that's what simulators are all about. They are to simulate something from reality, and also in a another sense, a lot of the young kids that play these games, they might they might live in a city. They may have absolutely no exposure whatsoever to farming. And they might see these big pieces of equipment and think to themselves, I'm never going to be a farmer, or I could never be a farmhand, or I don't know anything about, farming. But a game like this, with the proper immersion, might give them the kick to say, I want to do something farming related. Um, whether it be livestock or farming or forestry now, they might get that bit of drive to want to pursue that career in their life. And farming is, I've said this to many, many people, farming is one of the few noble professions that still exist in this day. And I truly believe that. You guys, farmers all across the world are providing, the sustenance, the food that we eat and we take in every day. If it weren't for farmers, civilization would not exist as it does today. And I think that far too few farmers go, every day, every year, or go a lifetime without thanks for what they do for the rest of the world. So next time you see a farmer, pat him on the back and say thanks for all that you do. Anyway, this has been my analysis of the latest gameplay number 5 trailer. Tell me what you think in the comments below. As always, don't forget to hit that like button. Please share the video. I want to get as many people in as possible. I want to hear all your comments. And if you haven't done so, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Farming Sim 15 will be out next week. If you haven't had the chance to, if you don't have the chance to pre-order it, and you want to, see what the game's about before you pre-order or, before you buy, I will be doing episodes as quickly as I can possibly push them out next week, into the weekend and the following weeks, because I want to kind of show you guys as much as I possibly can about this new game. It seemed like there was one other thing that I was going to mention. Oh yes, you can actually pre-order the game right now directly through Farming Simulator's Giant's website. The official Farming Simulator website is www.farming-simulator.com. Now, dash isn't a word; it's just the little hyphen, the little mark. I will have a link in the description below. Or, if you're not afraid of Steam, you can go onto Steam right now. It is 10% off, so it'll save you a couple bucks there, about $3, if you pre-order it. I'm assuming the pre-order is going to go up until the 30th. It says that the pre-order ends on October 30th, which would actually be the release day. So I don't know if it's only going to be for pre-orders or if you'll still be able to get it for that 10% off on release day. I don't know. Right now, all I can tell you is if you want to save the 10%, go and pre-order it right now. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Brad M73. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.